are you all doing? Hope you are doing great on a Saturday. Okay, the weather is good here. I hope the weather is great at your place. It's sunny outside. So today, those of you who do not know me, I'm Dr. Nandi. I frequently go live on YouTube on my channel. Please check out my channel and check out the videos. I have solved all kinds of problems just for you. So if you like my videos, please give me thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button. Today I'm going to solve some math problems. So here are these. Angles and triangles. Find the unknown angles. So we have two diagrams. Let's work with the one on the left hand side first. So two triangles we have. One of the angles, included angles, is 108. Other angles are not known. We know this is a right angle. So this is 90 degree. So that means this angle is also right degree angle. So 90 plus 50 is 140 degree. We know three angles of a triangle make up 180 degree. So if you consider this triangle, the one I'm highlighting with blue, you have 90 plus 50 plus 1. The sum of the three angles is 180 degree. So 140 degree plus angle 1, or let's write it in a different way, plus measure of angle 1, m is measure, plus measure of angle 1 is 180 degree. Now we need to find 1, that is one of the goals. So subtract 140 on both sides. So measure of angle 1 is 180 minus 140 is 40 degree. So this is 40 degree. Now if this is 40, vertical angles vertical angles are equal. So if this is 40, this has to be 40 also. Now again, measure of angle 2, which is this one. Measure of 2 plus measure of angle 3 is 180 degree. 2 and 3 are supplementary angles because it's a straight line. So measure of angle 2 plus we already established measure of angle 3 as 40 degree. So again subtract 40 on both sides and we get measure of angle 2 is 180 minus 40 is 40 degree. Okay, so sorry, 180 minus 40 is 140 degree. So this is 140 degree. Now if this is 140 degree, measure of angle 2 is equal to measure of angle 4 is also equal to 140 degree. So this angle is 140 degree. Now consider this triangle on the top. Okay, we know the first angle is 108. The second angle, which is angle 3, is 40 degree plus measure of angle 5 is equal to 180 degree. So that means 108 plus 40 is 148 plus measure of angle 5 is equal to 180 degree because there are three angles of a triangle. This leads us to measure of angle 5 is 180 minus 148, which is 32. So angle 5 is 32. All these are in degrees. Okay. So we solved all the angles. We started with 90 degree, this angle being 90 degree, this angle is also 90 degree. Three angles of a triangle is 180. So this is 90 plus 50 is 140. That leaves this angle with 40. If this angle is 40, vertical angles are equal. This is also 40. Now 2 plus 3 are supplementary. So this has to be 140 plus 40. If this is 140, this is also 140. And inside the triangle, this is 108 plus 40 is 148. So this has to be 32 degree. Okay. So we solved all the angles. Okay. So we were supposed to solve measure of angle 1 first. Okay. Then we got measure of angle 2 as 140. So measure of angle 4 is also 140. Okay. Then measure of angle 3, measure of angle 3, okay, um, is also 40 because of being vertical angles, okay, and that is equal to measure of angle 3, okay. So we've got all the triangles, all the angles in the triangle covered. Now let's work on the problem on this side. This is also forms a triangle, but if you notice the two sides of this two triangle 1, 2 and 3, they are equal, 5 inch and 5 inch. That makes it an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. Now in isosceles triangle, the angles opposite to the equal sides are equal. That means this angle should be, measure of angle 1 should be equal to measure of angle 2. Now 130 degree plus measure of angle 1 is equal to 180 degree. They are supplementary. So subtract 130 on both sides, which gives us measure of angle 1 is 180 minus 130 is 50 degree. So this is 50. Now isosceles triangle, this is now inside the triangle 50 degree plus 50 degree plus measure of angle 3 is equal to 180 degree, or 100 plus measure of angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. Therefore measure, subtract 100 on both sides, you get measure of angle 3 is 180 minus 100, which is 80. So this is 80. Notice 80 plus 50 plus 50 is 180 degree. Now if this is 50, this angle is supplement of that. So measure of angle 4 plus measure of angle 2 is supplement, is 180, out of which measure of angle 2 is 50. Okay, so subtract 50 on both sides, measure of angle 4 is 180 minus 50 is 30 degree, 130 degree I mean. So this is 130 degree. So this is 130 degree. This vertical angle, measure of angle 5 is also 130 degree, being equal to measure of angle 4. So this is also 130. So basically we solved all the unknown angles. This, we started with 130 plus measure of angle 1 is equal to 180 because these are supplementary, that being a straight line. So if this is 130, this is 50. Two sides are equal, isosceles triangle, this is 50, this has to be 50. If these two are 50, 50 plus 50 is 100, then angle 3 has to be 80 degree because 50 plus 50 plus 80 makes it 180 degree, sum of three angles. If this is 50, then the supplementary angle is 130, angle 4, angle 5 is also 130. So we solved all the angles. Now, in the last two problems, we have to find the unknown sides. Here we will notice the angles are equal. Okay, corresponding angles are equal. If the corresponding angles are equal, their opposite sides, ratio of their opposite sides have to be equal. So, if we take the opposite of this angle, this side is 15, the ratios have to be same. Opposite of this angle, the side is 10. Okay, and then we take the opposite of this side, because we started with the larger triangle, so this is opposite of this angle is 12 and opposite of this angle is x. Okay, now we will multiply by, we will do cross multiplication, that is 15 times x is equal to 10 times 12. 15 multiplied by x is equal to 10 multiplied by 12. Now divide by 15 on both sides to solve for x. Okay, so x is equal to 120 divided by 15. If we use our calculator, we find the answer is 8. So the unknown side x is worked out to be 8. That is your answer. So what did we do? We took ratio of the sides opposite to the equal angles in the two triangles. So when we selected 15, which is opposite to this angle, in the smaller triangle opposite to this angle is 10. So 15 divided by 10, and our goal is to find this x. So this angle opposite is 12 and this angle opposite is x. Okay, so x is 8. Now let's work on this right angle triangle. Okay, again, if you take the ratio, okay, let's start with the small angle, a small triangle. Okay, A, B and C. Okay, let's check the ratio of the sides opposite to the small angle and call this D and E. So opposite to the common angle in the small triangle ABC, the side is AC, opposite to the small angle, acute angle. And in the large triangle is outside triangle. So let's talk about two triangles, two similar triangles. Two similar triangles. What are these? These are ABC, the small triangle, and A, not A anymore, EBC, EBD rather, E, B and D, large triangle. Okay, so in the small triangle opposite to the angle B is the side AC. Okay, opposite to angle B. And in the large triangle opposite to angle B is DE. Okay. Now, if we take opposite to angle A in the small triangle is 5, or let's write it in BC, divided by opposite to angle E in the large triangle is BD. Now, what is AC? AC in the small is 4. What is DE in the large triangle is 5. What is BC in the small triangle is 5. So, and in the large triangle, BD is BC plus X. Okay, BC plus X. So we have 4 over 5 is equal to 5 over BC plus X. Okay. Now let's do the cross multiplication. So we get 4 times BC plus X is equal to 5 times 5. Now divide by 4 on both sides. So BC plus X is equal to 25 over 4, which is 6.25. Now what is BC? BC is 5. So 5 plus X is equal to 6.25. So subtract 5 on both sides. X itself is 6.25 minus 5, which is 1.25. So that's your answer for X. Again, let me tell you what I did. I found out there are two similar triangles, ABC, and EBD. Now I took the side opposite to angle B in the small triangle ABC is AC, divided by similar side opposite to the small angle in the large triangle, which is ED or DE. Okay. So AC divided by, let's call it ED. AC divided by ED, okay, is equal to BC is the side opposite to angle A in the small triangle, BC the small triangle, divided by BD opposite to angle E, because these two angles are equal, because these two lines are parallel, they are alternate angles, okay. So then we plug it in. So we have AC. AC is 4 divided by ED is 5 is equal to BC is 5 divided by BD, which is BC plus X. Okay. Multiply, cross multiplication on both sides. 4 times BC plus X is 5 times 5, or BC plus X is 5 times 5, 25 divided by 4, which is 6.25. So 5 plus X is 6.25, subtract 5 on both sides, X works out to be 1.25. That's your answer. X is 1.25. Okay. Again, you take ratio of sides in two similar triangles which are opposite to equal angles. Okay. So for example, angle A is equal to angle E because AC and DE are parallel. Hence, the ratio of the two sides BC opposite to angle A in the small triangle divided by BD opposite to angle E in the large triangle. So BC, which is opposite to angle A in the small triangle, that is divided by BD in the large triangle, which is opposite to angle E. Why? Because angle E and A are equal. They are alternate angles, okay? Because these two lines AC and DE are parallel. And so we took the ratio of two sides in the two triangles opposite to equal angles, and then we solve for X. This one also we take ratios of 15 and 10. 15 divided by 10. 15 is opposite to this angle, and divided by 10, why? That's also opposite to this. Notice these two angles are equal. Same idea over here. You take ratio of the two sides in two triangles where the angles are equal. 15 is opposite to this side and opposite to this angle, and 10 is opposite to this angle. These two are equal angle. Okay, so 15 by 10 is 12. Okay, 12 divided by 12 comes from this 12. Okay, 12 is in the big triangle. 12 divided by X. Why? They are opposite to equal angles. So you take ratios of two sides where the angles are equal. Okay, I will stop here today. If you have any question, comment, just write me a note and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you like this video, please give me thumbs up. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the fact that you took time out of your busy life to watch my video. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for doing that. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. It really motivates me. And please let you know, share my video with your friends. And please subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button. And please do not forget to click on the bell button, which will notify you every time I upload a new video, which I do quite often. So please do not forget to watch me tomorrow, and thanks again for taking the time out to watch my video. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Have a great day. Shoot me a question if you have any question. And when you write a comment, let me know where you are watching my video from. I appreciate that. Thank you. Bye.